Imagine waking up tomorrow with nothing. Zero savings, zero investments, maybe some debt. The financial life you built? Gone. It is a terrifying thought, but it is also one of the most useful thought experiments you can run because it forces you to strip everything back and figure out what actually matters and what you would do first. I have thought about this seriously, not because I am in that situation, but because understanding what you would do in the worst case gives you a clarity and a confidence about money that very few people ever develop. When you know your plan for zero, everything above zero feels manageable. So today, I am walking you through exactly what I would do, step by step, if I woke up tomorrow with nothing. No savings, no portfolio, starting completely from scratch. And I think this video will be useful to you whether you are genuinely starting from zero right now or whether you just want a clearer picture of what your financial foundation should actually look like. Step 1. Stabilize before you strategize. The very first thing I would do is resist the urge to immediately think about investing or money making. That instinct to jump straight into hustle and fix mode is understandable, but it is the wrong first move. Before you can build anything, you need to be stable enough to build. Stabilizing means making sure your basic needs are covered: a roof over your head, food on the table, a way to get to work. These are not glamorous financial moves, but they are the foundation everything else sits on. If you are in genuine financial crisis, there is no shame in leaning on family, community resources, government assistance, or whatever support exists around you while you get your footing. Accepting help when you need it is not weakness, it's smart resource management. The emotional side of this matters too. Losing everything is a psychological blow as much as a financial one. Taking a day or two to process it, to breathe, to get your head clear, that is not wasted time. Making panicked financial decisions from a place of fear and stress is how people dig themselves into deeper holes. Stabilize first, then strategize. Step 2. Take a brutally honest financial inventory. Once I'm stable, the next thing I would do is sit down and get completely honest about where I actually stand. No guessing, no rounding up, a full, clear picture of the financial reality in front of me. That means writing down every single debt, the balance, the interest rate, and the minimum payment. It means listing every source of income I have or could access quickly. It means looking at my monthly essential expenses: rent, food, utilities, transport, and knowing exactly what it costs to keep the lights on each month. Most people never do this exercise even when things are going well. Doing it from zero, when every dollar matters, forces a level of clarity that is genuinely valuable. This inventory becomes your map. You cannot navigate out of a difficult financial situation without knowing exactly where you're starting from. The numbers might be uncomfortable. Look at them anyway. Discomfort with reality is temporary. Avoiding reality is expensive. Step 3. Generate income as fast as possible. With a clear picture of where I stand, the next priority is income. Not perfect income, not dream income, fast income. Because without cash coming in, nothing else on this list is possible. In the short term, that might mean picking up work that's not glamorous, driving for a rideshare service, freelancing a skill I already have, taking shifts in hospitality, retail, or logistics, selling things I own that I don't need. The goal at this stage is not to build a career, it's to create cash flow while I figure out the longer-term plan. At the same time, I would be thinking about what skills I have that are genuinely valuable in the market and how quickly I could monetize them. If you can write, design, code, teach, consult, repair, build, or organize, those skills have real market value that can be turned into income faster than most people realize. Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and LinkedIn make it possible to land paid work within days if you position your skills correctly. The key mindset shift here is separating your ego from the process. Starting over is humbling. The people who recover fastest are the ones who are willing to do whatever honest work is available while they rebuild, without letting pride slow them down.
Step 4. Build the smallest possible emergency fund. Once income is coming in, before I pay down debt aggressively or think about investing at all, I would build a small emergency fund. Not a full 3-month fund, just a starter cushion of around $500 to $1,000 in a separate savings account that I do not touch. This might seem counterintuitive when you have debt hanging over you, but here is why it matters. Without any cash buffer, the moment something unexpected happens, a car repair, a medical bill, a broken appliance, you go straight back to debt to cover it. That emergency fund is what breaks the debt cycle. It gives you a small financial firewall between you and the next crisis. Dave Ramsey popularized this concept with his baby steps framework, and whatever you think of his overall approach, this particular insight is correct. Get a small cash cushion in place first. Even $500 changes your relationship with financial stress. It means the next unexpected expense is an inconvenience rather than an emergency. If this is giving you a clearer picture of how to think about rebuilding financially, please take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. I put out practical financial content every single week, and I would love to have you as part of this community. Now let's keep going. Step 5. Attack debt strategically. With a small emergency cushion in place, the next focus is debt, and I would be strategic about it, not just throwing money at whatever feels most urgent. The approach I would use is a combination of the avalanche method and common sense. The avalanche method means paying minimum payments on all debts and directing every extra dollar toward the debt with the highest interest rate first. Mathematically, this is the fastest and cheapest way to eliminate debt. Once the highest rate debt is gone, you roll that payment into the next highest, and so on. The momentum builds quickly. For example, if I had a credit card at 24% interest, a personal loan at 14%, and a student loan at 6%, I would attack the credit card first with everything I have, while making minimums on the others. Once the credit card is gone, everything that was going to the credit card now goes to the personal loan. Once that is gone, everything hits the student loan. This is called a debt avalanche, and it is one of the most powerful financial tools available to anyone carrying multiple debts. The psychological version of this, the debt snowball, where you pay off the smallest balance first regardless of interest rate, also works well for people who need early wins to stay motivated. Either approach beats random extra payments with no clear strategy. Step 6. Rebuild the habit of saving before anything else. As income stabilizes and debt starts to shrink, the next thing I would do is rebuild the savings habit, not as a one-time effort, but as a permanent, automated part of how my finances work. This means going back to the principle we covered in video 3, paying yourself first. I would set up an automatic transfer, even a small one, from my checking account to a high-yield savings account on payday, even if it is just $25 a week to start. The amount matters less than the consistency. What I'm really building at this stage is the identity of someone who saves automatically without thinking about it before life has a chance to spend the money for me. As income grows and debt shrinks, I would gradually increase that automatic transfer. Not all at once, just small, manageable increases over time. Going from $25 a week to $50 a week to $100 a week over the course of a year feels barely noticeable month to month, but creates a dramatically different financial picture by the end of the year. Step 7. Start investing again simply and consistently. Once I have a real emergency fund in place, at least 1 to 3 months of essential expenses, and my high-interest debt is cleared, I would start investing again. And I would keep it as simple as possible. I would open a Roth IRA at Fidelity or Schwab and start buying VOO or FXAIX, an S&P 500 index fund, every single month, not trying to time the market, not researching individual stocks, not looking for something clever or complex, just buying the same simple, diversified, low-cost fund on a regular schedule and leaving it alone. Starting over is humbling, but it also comes with a kind of clarity that people who have never faced a financial reset don't always have. You know what matters. You know what doesn't. You've already proven to yourself that you can handle adversity, and you have a plan this time, not just hope. The timeline for rebuilding is longer than most people want it to be, but the steps are not complicated. Stabilize, take inventory, generate income, build a cushion, attack debt, automate savings, invest simply and consistently. That's the entire plan, and every single step on that list is completely within reach of an average income and the willingness to follow through.
What this exercise teaches you. Even if you are not starting from zero right now, running through this thought experiment is genuinely valuable. It shows you how few things actually matter when it comes to rebuilding financial stability. It strips away all the complexity and noise and leaves you with a clear, simple framework. It also reveals something important about resilience. Financial setbacks happen to almost everyone at some point. Job loss, medical crisis, divorce, business failure, bad investment, economic recession. The people who recover fastest are not the ones with the most money to begin with. They are the ones with the clearest plan and the strongest habits. The steps we walk through today are the plan. The habits are what every video on this channel is designed to help you build. If you are in a difficult financial situation right now, if this video felt less like a thought experiment and more like your actual life, I want you to know that the path forward is real and it is achievable. Every person who has ever rebuilt their finances started exactly where you are. The steps work. They just require time and consistency. I've linked some resources in the description below that I think will genuinely help, including books on financial resilience, budgeting tools, and guides on debt payoff strategies. Go check those out after this. Drop a comment and let me know which step on this list felt most important to you, or if there's a specific part of rebuilding financially that you would like me to go deeper on in a future video. I read every comment and I take your suggestions seriously. If this video was useful, please subscribe to this channel so you do not miss what is coming next. Check out the next video because it will help you keep building a stronger financial foundation and avoid mistakes that could slow down your progress.